Oh, yeah, well, I guess that happened.
Can you talk about the charity tied to level of concern and why you feel so compelled to help?
Yeah, so Crew Nation is a charity that helps a lot of the people that are behind the scenes of the music industry that kind of help it move forward, specifically the live aspect of music. And we have a lot of crew members, but also all the arenas and venues that we've visited while on tour. There's so many of these buildings that are kind of like the lifeblood of some of these cities, and they have so much staff and so many great people there. And this is a moment where, with everything on hold, just like a lot of industries, there's a lot of uncertainty. And being a part of this industry, we felt like it would just it made sense to partner up with a charity that was going to look after those people.
Well, that's amazing. And you also have some merch that specifically goes to Crew Nation on the website. Who
Yeah,
designed that
we
shirt?
have like a hoodie and stuff that if you purchase that, oh wow, nice. That's
That's what it looks like.
yeah, that's what it looks like.
So that's at the 21 Pilots merch store. You can also donate directly and apply for relief if you've been affected at livenationentertainment.com/crewnation. Let's talk about the video, which is incredible that this is coming out of quarantine and so perfect in its essence. Is this pretty much a documentary?
Yeah, kind of. You're watching us film a video and build a song at the same time, and yeah, I mean, it just made sense. I really enjoyed being able to go back to the way we used to make videos, which was no budget, no crew, just a simple idea, and using our friend Mark with his editing knowledge and his ability to kind of like piece it all together. And that was it. That's how we always did videos before a label got involved, before we had money to spend on a music video. And so it was really fun to have an excuse to get back to that.
Sure. Are you and Josh really neighbors?
That's our ninth house. So yeah, in our ninth houses we're neighbors.
Nice. This is the first song that you also wrote on electric guitar.
Yeah.
What kind of other things are you doing differently or maybe for the first time?
Actually, this is one of the first songs that Josh was recording drums in a different, like in his own studio, and sent them over. And so it was truly a back and forth on the sound of the record, which was kind of a first for us. We always kind of got together for drums. Um, and so that paired with me kind of learning how to play electric guitar for the first time, it kind of created a bit of a new sound for us, at least.
This was also produced with Paul from Mute Math again. How have you guys been able to work together? Is it this guy?
Yeah, I mean, so Paul was in a band called Mute, which Josh and I, it was one of our favorite bands, and we were lucky enough to tour with them as well, and just struck up a natural relationship with them. And specifically Paul, for me, I just admired his DIY attitude all through their career. They recorded all their own records, and he's helped me in a lot of ways with just some of the programming, specifically with drums. There's a science to capturing live drums. There's a science to capturing the energy that Josh would put out on a live kit. And there's so many mics and so many takes and so much editing. And so specifically in that realm, Paul has really stepped in and kind of like taught me some of the things that he's learned really through trial and error for him, because he just taught himself as well. So
Sure. Is this the beginning of a new era?
I would say that this is just something in between.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to know what's happening to Clancy and
Yeah. No, I think that just it just felt right to release a song now, especially with the content and what the lyrics were saying. And yeah, we tried to not overcommit to something brand new as far as uh, you know the aesthetics of it all, because we wanted to kind of wait for what we have in store. So
sure. Well, speaking of brand new, Somebody's a brand new daddy.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
it's fun, man. It's it's exciting. It's like I don't know. It's scary because I've been so motivated by, you know, bettering myself and outdoing myself, and whether it's chasing, you know, validation or success, or just working hard at something and feeling like you're getting better at something, all these things that motivate a person, all of a sudden this brand new blob of skin enters your life, and you realize that this trumps all of it, all the way to the point where if that blob of skin asked you to quit everything you're doing, you would, which is scary. And so this, my daughter is such a fun but exciting, new, scary motivation for why I do what I do, and it's just fun to wake up every day. So
Love that. Babies are the best.
mhm.
Are you telling any dad jokes yet?
I've been I've been holding off, but I've been collecting them, waiting for, um, you know, when I get back out into the world to unleash their beauty.
Do you have as many sleeping photos of Ro as you do of Josh yet?
It's getting close. It's a lot of years of touring, traveling in a van, you know, sharing hotel rooms with guys. Like, you know, so I think it was a running joke for a while. Josh and I would try to like just capture each other sleeping, which is silly, I guess. But to send that in like a group thread with your guys that you're traveling with, it's I don't know, turned into like a gotcha moment. And so I do have a lot of sleeping photos of Josh, but it's getting close there because I do enjoy staring at my daughter when she's sleeping.
Maybe a coffee table book one day.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You know you have the most amazing fans, and I thought we could do some quick hits.
Mhm.
Fielded a bunch of questions, so feel free to pass, and we'll just run down and get kind of your first initial reaction. Okay.
Okay,
All right. Your favorite Pokemon.
Clefairy.
Thoughts about doing a live concert from home.
Seems tired.
Okay. Well, you seem tired. I think.
Yeah,
With your
well,
dad. All right. One thing you've learned about yourself during quarantine.
um, lack of self-control, getting myself to go to bed when my wife is not making me.
Gotcha. Have you been cooking at all?
No, I don't know. I don't know how to cook.
Okay. Thoughts on Animal Crossing.
I've not played it, and I feel like I'm missing out because it seems like it would be right up my alley.
Your favorite thing about watching Jenna be a mom.
She somehow doesn't get tired. I get excited. You know, when I'm rocking my daughter, I just think of it different. Not that I don't love her as much as my daughter loves her, but or as much as my wife loves my daughter, but it's just a different connection where if my daughter's crying and I need to rock her, I will count how many times I rock her. Be like, all right, I'm gonna rock her 500 times, and then if she's not asleep by then, and that's how my brain has always worked. You know, I count my steps. You know, when I run, you know, I count breaths. Like I don't know, I'm kind of weird that way. But my wife just is perpetually giving herself up to this thing, no matter what. And I'm a little more, I don't know, regimented in the way that I'm loving my daughter at this point. So it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch my wife just live this and kind of realize that she was, you know, made for this.
Do you sing your own songs to Ro?
Um, songs I'm working on. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, so there's a lot more, or
Yeah. Oh
like,
yeah. I've written a ton of little tiny weird ditties that I sing to her that then I realize, oh, let me grab my phone and record a voice memo real quick because that might actually be something. But a lot of it's nonsense. But yeah, no, always working on stuff.
do you want to give us a little ditty right now?
Um, there was a song that it says a nursing rhyme. nursery rhyme, but I changed the lyrics. There was a time where she was staying up all hours of the night, and I tried to give my wife a break, and so my daughter and I would watch Lord of the Rings together, and so I replaced the lyrics to a well-known song. It would say, Rosie baby, she's my girl MacGyver. Out of all the people, she's in my top fiver. Right behind Gimli, Legolas, and Strider. Rosie baby, your mommy's number one.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and she just would stare at me like, you're an idiot.
That's just a baby thing. Don't take it
Yeah.
personally. All right, if you were a muffin, what flavor would you be?
Um, is there like a burrito flavored muffin?
There, it definitely is now.
Okay.
Favorite Mario Kart character?
Yoshi is my favorite character, but in Nintendo 64, Bowser is by far the best character because of his weight and his top speed and his inability to spin out.
Wow. What is your spirit animal?
I guess when I was a little kid, I would say cheetah. It was always tied between that and spider monkey.
Who is Michael and Julia?
I guess when I was writing that song, I loved the idea of just name dropping two random people because I feel like everyone has a Michael and a Julie in their life that are either thinking they're experts on what's going on in the world or experts on your personal relationships. And I personally have a friend named Michael, and but I don't think I was thinking of him particularly as much as I was just picking two names that I felt applied to what most people would think as, I don't know, annoying people.
Sure. Well, hopefully, Michael and Julia are having a great quarantine.
Yeah.
What is the perfect ratio of mac and cheese to ketchup?
You know, the better the mac and cheese, the less ketchup you need. It's the
Ooh.
truth. So if you make me mac and cheese and I ask for ketchup, that's a strike one. I shouldn't need the mac and cheese, but or sorry, I shouldn't need the ketchup. But if it's that home style crap, like I'm gonna put ketchup on it.
Okay. What was your favorite subject in school?
Um, I don't think I've ever been asked that. Seems like one I'd be asked all the time. I hated math. I guess I would say history.
Okay. If Josh was a food, what food would he be?
Um, Gosh, that's such a good question. I really don't want to blow this. He would be a kiwi, but kiwis have a little fuzz on them, and this guy is just hairless everywhere. So I'm a shaved kiwi.
Oh my God. Hashtag shaved kiwi. All right, just a couple more. What was harder, naming Ro or Ned?
Ooh, Ned was way easier. I think when you're naming your kid, the way that I've explained it to people is there's so much pressure leading up to it, where before she's born, you're wondering, is this the right name? Is she gonna get made fun of for some reason? Does this, there's just a lot of pressure in naming someone. But then when she was born, it was like, oh, yeah, no, that's her name. It's perfect. It connects perfectly. And that's why whenever you ask your parents or someone older about, hey, how did you name your kids? Like, don't you feel like there was a pressure there? They always meet that question with oh no, it was easy, because they remember what it was like to just see that name connect with that person, and it makes sense. They kind of forget there is a natural, I don't know, worry that the name isn't going to work, but that's all resolved once you see the kid.
What's your BTS bias?
BTS bias. The I Josh and I, well, our first place that we ever played music other than our own country was in Asia. And, we went to um, Japan and Korea and even to China. And we'll always have an affinity towards the culture. And that was before kind of this whole thing started happening. And to watch it happen, I don't know, it's just exciting for us to watch.
So a pass then.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. I know you got to go. Thank you so much for taking some time with us. If you'd like to lead us out with any direct messages to the clique, I'd like to give you that opportunity.
I mean, obviously stay safe. And I don't know, I guess I would say that everyone's going through a different version of this. I think it's easy for us to all apply our experience through through all of this and think that everyone's going through the same thing. Some people have a yard and some people don't, and that can be a difference. When you're trapped in a single room, the anxiety starts to pile up, and so just be considerate when we all start making decisions on how best to get back out there, because everyone is going through something different. And the slower we move and the more understanding we are about everyone's differences, the better chance we'll have coming out of this, not having lost any of ourselves.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. Also, stream the hell out of Level of Concern, because that's like a nice little warm blanket. Quarantine
Yeah.
to cover up with. We can't wait to hear the new stuff. Love to you and the whole family, and we'll hopefully see you soon.
Thank you so much for having me. I'll see you.